the Palmer Museum of Art is observing Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. This is a celebration of the history and achievements of the diverse people of Asian and Pacific Islander descent in the United States. This holiday was first established in the 1970s and became a month-long celebration in the 1990s. May was chosen for its significance as the month in which Japanese immigrants first came to the United States in 1843, as well as the month in which the Transcontinental Railroad was completed, largely by the efforts of Chinese immigrant workers in 1869. Join us as we examine a few works by Roger Shimomura, whose art considers themes of anti-Asian racism, identity, and what it means to be an American.
A longtime professor of art at the University of Kansas, Roger Shimomura produced this lithograph at the end of his tenure in 2004. The title, Kansas Samurai, references Shimomura's place of residence, and, when combined with his signature rounded glasses and facial hair, identifies the central figure as a self-portrait of the artist. Dressed in the guise of a samurai, which is a popular character type in Japanese woodblock prints, Shimomura hoists a sword as he defiantly gazes ahead with a furrowed brow. However, his focused stare does not meet that of the viewer, nor those of the American comic book and cartoon characters surrounding him. With their backs turned, figures like Donald Duck, Dick Tracy, and Popeye function as a visual shorthand for the ways in which Shimomura was excluded from the largely homogeneous Midwestern community in Kansas. Though born in Seattle, Shimomura recalls feeling intensely foreign as he was taken for an outsider in his own community and often asked if he spoke English. Shimomura's artistic style reflects the complex identities of Americans of Asian descent, joining elements from Japanese woodblock prints and pop art. Flat planes of vibrant, unmodulated color and bold outlines speak to both ukiyo-e prints, like these in the Palmer's collection, and popular culture in post-war America, as explored by artists like Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein.
Other works by Shimomura will feature in the Palmer's Fall 2021 exhibition, Global Asias. Let's take a brief look at a pair of objects from the exhibition to further explore how Shimomura tackles racial stereotyping and questions of citizenship status. In the piece, American Soldier, Shimomura depicts an Asian American man in a U.S. Army uniform, smiling out at the viewer in front of a black background. This acrylic painting is a nod to Shimomura's own service in the U.S. Army during the Korean War, and contrasts with a few other works by Shimomura in the exhibition, which feature armed soldiers with faces in shadow, looming at the edges of their respective scenes. Shimomura's representation of Asian American military service combats the racist post-Pearl Harbor narrative that Japanese Americans were enemies of the U.S. He challenges that xenophobia, which resulted in hate crimes and the forcible imprisonment of more than 100,000 Japanese Americans, and prompts us to question our ideas of what the typical American soldier looks like.
In another work, Shimomura adapts Dorothy Lang's 1942 photograph of a Japanese American family awaiting forced relocation and internment during World War II, animating the original black and white image with vibrant color and his cartoon-like style. Substituting the child's coat for a Japanese kimono, Shimomura emphasizes how the U.S. government inexcusably mistook Japanese American citizens for foreign wartime enemies. The injustices committed against Americans of Japanese descent during World War II not only mark a dark part of American history, their legacy persists today. With the rise in anti-Asian hate crimes across the country since the onset of the pandemic, it is imperative that we take actionable steps to prevent such violence and to support our Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. Ultimately, Shimomura's work prompts us to question acts that police who is and isn't American, and reckon with our own assumptions about the citizenship status and nationality of a person or group of people based on their appearance or cultural heritage. Happy Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month from the Palmer Museum of Art.